My name is Taylor got my name. My name is Taylor Danny DeCosta Goodridge, and I am a dancer. My talent is creativity, but it manifests itself predominantly through dancing.
What's your favorite scent?
Ooh. My favorite scent is when you're somewhere new, you step out, you inhale, you smell good vibes, good food, and good energy.
Where are you from?
Originally, I'm from Hemel Hempstead.
Can you tell us something that was difficult in school or growing up that you overcame?
Something that I found quite difficult when I was younger was finding a place to put my energy, especially when you're surrounded by people who seem to know what they're doing with their lives in this calamitous kind of world we live in. And gradually, I was able to identify with that true self and work out that really all I want to do in this life is express my energy and create positivity and hopefully inspire other people to do the same.
What do your parents do?
So my mum works very hard. She's a CBT therapist and runs mental health seminars. Great lady, very strong, raised me and my little brother by herself, and our cats, as a matter of fact. My dad, I have not got the slightest clue. Last time I heard, he's a magician, so done a disappearing act.
When did you first start dancing?
Oh. I first started dancing when I was old enough to move. Before I could even walk, I remember sitting there, having a jig, moving my shoulders. And then eventually I started walking. I'd run in my nappy, Teletubbies would be on the TV, and I would boogie the same as I do now, just a bit smaller.
Do you take classes or have you studied dance?
I studied dance for 2 years and I attend classes occasionally. I found that when I go into these places, I learn quite a lot and I'm able to take certain elements that I wouldn't necessarily think would impact me and then later on incorporate that into my dance that eventually forms the style that you see. So I attended dance college for 2 years where I learnt ballet, jazz, tap, contemporary and commercial. It was a whirlwind experience. I occasionally take class in London and I find that when I go there, I always find something new to incorporate into my style, and that's the style you see today.
What inspired you to dance?
My dancing is inspired by a feeling tied with music. I think those two things are very important. I find that music inspires the emotion, and then harnessing that emotion into movement is the capture of what I do. So that's how I dance, that's what inspires me.
Tell us about your first audition.
Sorry. My first audition. It was a self-tape. Does that count? Yeah. So, and it led to a good job actually. A bit of a story behind this one. So, my first ever job. Sorry. My first ever audition was more of a self-tape. I remember setting up my camera with my little speaker, feeling really nervous, trying to remember everything that I'd learned in college, and I proceeded to drop probably the best minute and a half of movement that I've done in the past 4 years. I had my pardable raise in there, a bit of mathematics, and I eventually landed that job, which ended up flying out to Poland, dancing with Richie Jackson, and having the most amazing time ever. In fact, I had such a good time, I woke up late for my flight, and I left my phone there, so I didn't have a phone for 2 months.